Hi, Roxana. How are you?
Hi, Ting. Great, great. How are you today?
Good. I'm good. And very glad to have hosting this panel, this fireside chat with you, and get to know what you guys are doing. And I've read some information about Launchpool, and it's fantastic, and would like to learn more from you. But before we get started, could you introduce yourself to our audience and how you got into the crypto space? I'm very curious to know.
Sure. For those who do not know, my name is Roxana. I am currently the head of growth and community for Launchpool, and I'm leading the Launchpool Labs Incubator, which hopefully we'll have time to cover that a bit as well today.
Mhm.
I've been in the space for a couple of years now and got into Bitcoin around 2013, early 2014. And then into the whole crypto stuff when ICOs kicked in, end of 2016, early 2017. I've been involved with digital businesses since I was 20, which was about more than 12 years ago. And yeah, I mean, this space has been, has seen its ups and downs, but I still wanted to stay, so I did my best to stay into the crypto ecosystem for the past 5 years. And yeah, happy to be here.
Great. 2013 is quite long ago.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
And
it was fascinating when we were just some friends and wanted to build a platform basically for our community of startups and consultants, and just seemed a very cool idea to have like a digital currency instead of PayPal and all of that. It was quite hard to get a PayPal um, function into your website, so
mhm.
that seemed interesting. But the community at that time was really not um, into it. Unfortunately for them, they would have been rich by now.
Right. And tell us about the project that you've been building right now, Launchpool, and what inspired you to join the team, and what also inspired the team to start the project in general.
Yeah, yeah. So I joined the Launchpool. Launchpool is 3 months old. Um, it was launched in February. It is a regulatory compliant investment platform. So we're pre-IDO. We have guaranteed allocations, and we give investors the ability to filter out and invest in upcoming projects at private seed prices that normally you'd get if you're part of a fund. So we give them the same terms as funds get, the same vesting schedules, the same conditions basically.
Yeah.
Enable access and an easy entry for retail investors as well as kind of like whales and so on. And we go under the mantra of egalitarian investment. So independent, if you're, as I said, if you're a whale or a smaller retail investor, you can participate. Participation is guaranteed. You stake your L pool into the available staking pools, and then you mine basically the allocation percentage based on a series of factors which are communicated. The reason why I joined was because I just thought, we're in this stage where obviously you will have builders and then you'll have people wanting to invest and get access to opportunities. And it's always been frustrating to see that regular people always get the least bargain possible, the kind of like the leftovers of an investment opportunity.
Right.
So it really, when I started reading about the project and when I met the team, we had a lot of things in common trying to address this pump and dump, this opportunity that was available only for advanced investors and big funds. And then, like I said, the whole pump and dump situation where typically you get very early on and then you dump on the market, you make your profits, but whoever buys in last, you know, they most of the time they end up losing money.
Yeah, I think it's great, because, you know, like in the past, you see a lot of people trying to get in to the space, but you can't simply get the allocation. And still today, I mean, it's amazing to see a project is doing this to address these kind of problems. And I wonder how, you know, in the traditional finance way, when people invest, to be able to get into the private sale early stage, you need to be a credit investor, meaning that you have to have a certain amount of financial proof to be able to get that kind of allocation. And how does Launchpool address that kind of issue to allow retail, like you said, even for people who has maybe very little to participate as well? What could be the difference here?
So you don't need a lot of capital to get in. You can have just one LPO, which costs a couple of dollars on KuCoin exchange, for example. We just listed there. And then you just stake that into the available staking pools. So for Binance Smart Chain, we have 3 staking pools available, which are 50 to 150 max LPO staking pools, and then an unlimited one. And then you mine a third of the allocation per pool. So you tap into that third allocation availability for the 3 pools available. And then on Ethereum, because of the gas fees, the community said, please do something about it. It drives us insane. So what we did is we combined the 2 small pools, and now they have 300 L pool max staking pool with 2/3 of the allocation available in the project, and the unlimited pool for bigger investors, which has like a third, the remaining third of the allocation. And we have a very thorough KYC process. So you cannot access allocation mining events, which are these pre-IDO private seed allocations, without doing your KYC, without registering on the platform, providing information about your identity, email, phone number. So we're very strict on that. And apart from the KYC list of countries that we accept, then we also work with the projects, because some of them have specific KYC requirements based on the jurisdictions that they plan to tap into. And then obviously it's up to the investor how they declare their tax on crypto, but we're trying to facilitate the entry for anyone who is eligible from a KYC perspective.
You mentioned projects, different projects from globally, and what are some of the criteria that you would, look into of helping those projects listing on your platform?
So we have an investment team that is very thorough, and they do their due diligence job very, very well. And they check backgrounds, they check the team, they check the credibility, the experience, the problem they're trying to solve. Obviously, any patents, any legal, the legal part, the token is eligible to be an utility token or a security token. And they do a very good job at filtering and selecting the best projects that would be ideal for our community. And a couple of interesting stats, for example, is we have 35,000 people as part of the Twitter community and Telegram community, and then we have over 10,000 people that have KYC'd so far the platform. And depending on the interest in a project, we'll have maybe 1,000 and something wallets participating, or over 2,000. We had projects where we had over 2,000 wallets participating. And when I say wallets, one wallet equals one person all the time. So when you KYC as an investor, you also attach a MetaMask wallet address, and you cannot change that. So we don't allow, obviously, we don't allow funds or business entities to have an account and participate in an allocation mining event. We just allow individuals, and then individuals can only have one account, one wallet.
Okay. And you mentioned allocation mining event. Can you tell us more about this event? What does it mean?
Yes, this is a term that we use to kind of explain the process of taking part into a project. An allocation mining event will always start on a Monday, and will finish up either on Sunday or the following Monday. The community has several days to participate and stake their LPool. And then they would have that. So the amount they stake and the time they stake for would offer them a percentage in the allocation available for that specific pool. And then afterwards, they would have a payment window. So that's the whole circuit, the whole process of being part of a private seed project allocation. The allocation mining event ends the following Monday, and then you have a payment window. And as long as you fulfill that payment window, that's it. You're set. You claim back your LPool staked, and then you await distribution for the token according to a vesting schedule that is communicated in advance. So it's quite an interesting experience, and it kind of teaches you to be more into the be your own VC mindset. It's a bit more of a mature take over the investment ecosystem. There's no lotteries, there's no waiting lists, there's no whitelisting. You just have to follow specific steps. You create an account, KYC, and then participate in the project of your choice. And when that is done, you just wait for news from our side and from our projects about listing and TGE and all of that.
Mm-hmm. Sounds great. Yeah, we also, previously on a chat, you also mentioned about, half of your team is female,
Yes.
and yes, why is that? I mean, like, do you all you just happen to have all the female power together to launch this project to take over all the other launch pads, or is it something that you guys already knew from the past?
We did know some of us in the past. We just had Laura Takenaka, who was the country manager for NEM and previously with Near Protocol. So I do know her, and I was very happy to recommend and have her join the project.
Mm-hmm.
But it just happened. Obviously, I'm a huge supporter of women in this space, and especially female entrepreneurs. And I was very happy to see that we have more women applying for positions in companies, and it just happened. It was a mix of circumstances. Maybe the whole idea of if you wish for something hard enough, you actually attract that. And maybe that's how it happened. I don't know, but I'm very excited, and it's actually a 50-50. So we're 8 women. We're 8 people, and out of which 4 are men and 4 women.
Mm-hmm. That's great. And you mentioned one of your co-founders was working for Near Protocols, and I wonder, curious, what protocols are you looking to see in projects launching on Launchpool in the future?
So just a correction here. She is not the co-founder, but she's the COO.
Okay.
We are I think we like to say that we're blockchain agnostic or protocol agnostic. So we're looking to onboard different projects from different protocols. We had a Polkadot project, Ethereum project, projects on Binance Smart Chain, projects on Solana recently, combination of projects on Matic, and we'll soon have a Cardano project. So we're looking to always bring kind of, if the community wants specific projects, obviously we're looking to make the community happy and bring them opportunities.
Great. You mentioned about the L pool at the beginning of our conversation. How does it work, and what protocol is this L pool building on?
So L-Pool is the utility token of the Launchpool ecosystem. It's currently being used to stake and earn rewards, or to stake and farm, or to stake and earn an allocation into different projects. It runs on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. Initially, it was Ethereum native, an ERC20 token, but due to fees, gas fees, we know the story. We decided to create a bridge so that we could allow people to use a BEP20 as an entry. The Launchpool Labs projects that are we're incubating right now. So they're very early stage projects that are looking to build an MVP, that are looking to build a minimum viable community, that require technical, legal, marketing, different verticals support, and we kind of co-build with them. And then the community that has been part of Launchpool for a specific amount of time will have access to participate in these projects and mine an allocation in these projects, actually. But it's going to be very high risk, high reward.
Hey guys, sorry, a little bit more of technical difficulties, but we'll get them back on stage. Sorry about that. And also for that too, it's like while we're getting them back on, you can also check us out on our Telegram, t.me/DeFi Summit. And also, while you guys are liking all the content that's going on right now, make sure that you guys are subscribing, liking, and also following Launchpool as well. So Launchpool is going to be at launchpool.xyz, and yeah, we'll go ahead and get them back on stage in just a second. So sorry about that, guys.
Hello. Hi, Roxana. Okay.
We are looking of the Launchpool ecosystem. It's currently being used to stake and earn rewards, or to stake and farm, or to stake and earn an allocation into different projects. It runs on Ethereum and Binance Smart Chain. Initially, it was Ethereum native, an ERC20 token, but due to fees, gas fees, we know the story. We decided to create a bridge so that we could allow people to use a BEP20 Binance Smart Chain token to address gas fees. Then separately, L-Pool will be used as an entry, as an access key, entry point into the Launchpool Labs projects that are we're incubating right now. So they're very early stage projects that are looking to build an MVP, that are looking to build a minimum viable community, that require technical, legal, marketing, different verticals support, and we kind of co-build with them. And then the community that has been part of Launchpool for a specific amount of time will have access to participate in these projects and mine an allocation in these projects actually, but it's going to be very high risk, high reward.
Right. And I mean, you have existing community now. So how would other people be able to join this community if they're interested in participating? Just simply go to the website and join through different channels.
It's very easy. As long as so the only thing they have to keep in mind for participating in allocation mining events
Right.
is the KYC component and the fact that they have to create an account on the DApp that we have. But if they're just interested in claiming a reward, for example, there are specific staking pools that are outside of the whole KYC component, so they can just use that and use for farming, yield farming, getting bonuses for staking and so on.
Mm-hmm. And what's the roadmap is going to be like from now on? I mean, you've launched. It's been 3 months, and I wonder what's the plan in the near future.
There's a long roadmap there, because we want to be in the space, not just during this bull run, but continue through the bear market and give the opportunity to the community to continue investing and being part of projects from day one. We're launching this incubator, and we will also have an accelerator, which I can't share too many details right now. It will be disclosed on June 29th with a major partner. And then we're going to look at incubating or accelerating projects and supporting projects in which we are a launch partner, but also a strategic partner, an investor, together with the community, and looking to continue supporting development throughout the bear markets as well. Because I think there's a lot of opportunity to build really good products, and there are a lot of issues to address. And there are these upcoming protocols or layer 2 and layer 3 solutions that allow startups and developer teams to actually build and come up with good solutions. So we want to be there and support the ecosystem, but also support our community and grant them access.
Mm-hmm. And my last question for you, I guess it would be more for your personal opinion to the crypto space. You've been here since 2013 and 2014, and you've seen the ups and the downs. You're talking about the bearish market and the bull market. So it's been all the ups and downs that you've seen so far. And how do you see this space is heading to? And do you ever see a mass adoption with cryptocurrency? And what about DeFi? So happy to hear what your personal opinion on this.
That's a tough question. I think it took me a very long time to understand that there's an opportunity here. So, for example, the moment I saw a Bitcoin ATM next to my favorite pub in Bucharest in 2015, I understood that, okay, this is going to be big. Maybe I should get into it somehow. It was very hard to get into it in the beginning. And I think now we're at a stage where it's so fairly easy. You have these custodial versus non-custodial solutions. So the entry barrier is so much low compared to what it was a couple of years ago. And I think there's an appetite for digital assets, and they're evolving. Security tokens, I think they will be a thing of the future. I was more positive in 2018, 2019 that we'll see them getting listed and traded as actual stocks, but that didn't happen because it's fairly hard to list them on stock exchanges. So that's going to be something that maybe will happen. I think we're seeing institutions getting into the space, which is good. we're seeing demand for more private distributed databases. I don't like to use the term decentralization, but just distributed databases where the ones running the databases are in different parts of the world, and it can be, for example, governments, but it can also be institutions. It can be even universities and associations or nonprofits that co-participate in the space. I think DeFi is going to evolve towards open finance, because open finance covers a more broader perspective. And if we're looking to change some of the old ways in traditional finance, we'll need about 20 years for that to happen. The rejection and the response to change is very rigid. So when you're changing infrastructures from bottom up, it's harder, and it will take time. But I'm positive that there are bright minds coming into the space. I have high regard for people in their 20s who are passionate about programming, who are looking at building things and being entrepreneurs. And it's a very tough journey. It's not for everyone. But I am seeing support from the tech side and also from VCs and from the community side. So I think we'll get to a point where you see less rug pulls and less scams and more solid real developments. I'm very excited about it.
Yeah, we'll probably gonna see a lot of projects that are gonna be listed on Launchpool, and that'd be great to see the involvement of the project. And thank you so much for your time to have this fireside chat. And I hope you enjoy the rest of the summit. And thank you guys for inviting me and Roxana to this event. And thanks.